I know from looking at the metrics of my channel, which I really activated 13 months ago, and I've subsequently posted over 1,300 videos. And if I'm sitting, by the way, in this horizontal position, with as I call it, when I'm sitting down, I'm giving lessons, either here on this couch, or I'm sitting in a leather chair with a bookshelf behind me with an acoustic guitar. I'm normally giving you a lesson. Sometimes early in the morning, thus I've often got my pajamas or my gown on. I know that you like to shred, but you need to understand key concepts. You need to understand arpeggios, which are broken chords. You need to understand the concept of triads. You need to know the layout and the notes of the fretboard. Now, keywords: triads, arpeggios, fretboard, fretboard freedom. Get to know the fretboard. You can look those things up on my channel, where I make mention of those words, especially in the earlier videos, and I've got some great lessons that you can learn the most basics. You might be too embarrassed to ask your friend because of technically you feel ignorant, but don't. Get to know the fretboard. It's easier than you think. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you a C minor triad. You've probably never seen it playing like that, because firstly, a triad is 1, 3, perfect fifth. You need to know your intervals, people. The relationship of a note to another note, the interval, the distance between the notes. So I've played G, E flat, and C, because I know the fretboard on the D string. I've played 17th fret, I've played 13th fret, and I've played 10th fret. So I've played G, E flat, C. Now, you go work out in terms of intervals. If C is the root, E flat is the minor third, and G is the perfect fifth. Therefore, I'm playing C minor, but I'm playing the third inversion because I'm starting on the perfect fifth, which is the third interval in a C minor triad. A flat major, A flat to C to E flat, because you can go write all these intervals down, and I encourage you to do that if you're a beginner. Another way you can do it, you can count the distances, not the frets you're depressing, but the gaps. 1, 2, 3 gaps, depress. 1, 2, depress. That's A flat major, because I am playing root, major third, perfect fifth. If I do C major, C, E, G, 1, 2, 3 spaces, 1, 2, depress. Now you probably can figure out how the late Eddie Van Halen knew where to tap. Even if you don't know the notes, you can just count the gaps. That's a major chord, and 1, 2 spaces, depress, 1, 2, 3, depress, and then you've got a minor chord. Can you hear that? C minor, C, E flat, G. This will get you on your way if you're understanding what I'm doing. Let's do F major down here, because it's good. You want to stretch this hand out. You want to be a shredder, you got to get that hand stretched. F, skip 3 frets, A, skip 2 frets, C. You never need to know what the notes are of a major chord, will you? And you never need to know what the notes of the minor chord are, because you 1, 2 spaces, depress. So it's F, A flat, C, 3 spaces, empty. You now know what F major triad consists of, and F minor triad, and because you know your E string, F, A, C, most of you beginners know that, you know what the notes of the triad are. Write them out from C to G. Write out the minor triads as a starting point. Now you're making good progress. When you want a 7th, you add the major 7th. Here's E, major 7th. major, and I just got a battery issue there, and now I've got to play E major 7 for you. Because that's E flat is the major 7th of E. And then if I want dominant 7th or E flat 7th, it's 2 below the root, the E. That's a dominant 7th. Now you can use these little tricks to do sweeping. Now I'm going to play A minor triad for you. Now G major. G major consists of a D, a B, and a G. And I'm doing it again. D, B, G. This should get you on your way. I'm going really slowly here. Now, just mentioning that you saw my picking hand only goes in one direction, like up. Okay, that's simple. It's called sweep picking. You're doing a micro sweep there between the B and the E string. Let's play that A flat again. See if you can do it. Now I've got C sharp. B flat. But you've got some understanding. I'm not trying to show you how bad I am here, hopefully. But you've got some understanding how this thing's tied together. If I want A flat minor, can you hear it? Major and minor of C sharp. Now if you asked me what the triad notes were of C sharp major or minor, I would struggle. But I've made it simple for you now, because I can just look at the fretboard and say that's C sharp, that's F, and that's A flat. Simple, eh? But you can write it down, because if you want to make reference to it. But then major to minor, C sharp major, C sharp minor, A flat major, A flat minor. So like that, late Eddie Van Halen, you can see that there's a definite science behind this. Here we can do, he played out a C sharp, eruption. C sharp minor. C sharp major. Maybe not. It was a flat 9. You know your intervals, you go figure it out. That makes that minor. 1, 2, 3. That note, sorry, augmented. C sharp minor with an augmented 5th. C sharp minor, because it's 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, makes it flat 5. Puzzling, eh? because I've raised the fifth. Giving myself time to think, because if I did it in C major, then what's what I was trying to think about? C, E flat to G. We've got C minor. G is the fifth interval of C. I've raised the fifth, which is augmented fifth, or raised fifth, but that gives you an augmented chord. Now, I'm assuming none of you have got music theory, so we're learning the hard way together. But just trust me on that, okay? So when I learned to play Eruption about 8 years ago, my basic way, I was doing it just on sound. I had no clue what I was doing until about a month ago, when I discovered the magic of this system of mine. I've never seen anyone else explain it like this, playing a chord on one string. But I figured it out. You know where the seed was sown? When I was 16 years old, my late mother was a pianist, and we had a keyboard in our house. And I counted the spaces on the guitar, and then I went to the keyboard because I couldn't play keyboard at all, and I still can't. But I counted the spaces, and it only popped in my head about a month ago that I can do the same thing now, but from guitar to guitar. I worked out the intervals in a very primitive way because I wanted to play 3 notes per string. And I've watched super shredders, and they're playing 3 notes and more, and 4 notes per string. They're playing, like, for example, augmented C sharp, Eddie Van Halen as C sharp minor augmented, with the augmented 5th note, and this C minor arpeggio, but played on 1 string. Now, if you just digest what I'm talking about here, because I did tell you that I'm not a aspiring shredder, but I love the theory, because now what spurred me a few months ago was I couldn't understand what these guys on the internet were doing when they just fly across the fretboard. I had no idea. Now, I don't practice these things enough, as you can see, but I know what's going on. There's my E, there's my 5th interval, there's my G interval, so I'm playing E minor. There's my E again. Would you amazing, eh? So there, you can see that I understand what's going on now. I can actually tell you what arpeggios I'm playing. Now, I'm not like these other guys who actually just get up there for 45 seconds and blow your mind with their technical ability. I believe in mind over matter, because if you understand what you're doing, because you got more time than me on earth, I think, that you're going to use this information, and it's going to make you learn faster. And if that happens, then my work here is done today. But I will do more lessons, because I know this is a pretty popular topic. Now, I'm not at all trying to show off, because I can't. But you will see me, like I say, when I'm standing behind a microphone or in a room with a few friends of mine, you will see me trying to smoke the guitar. I also want fretboard freedom, like you wanted. But we can all do that. That's all 2-note per string pentatonic. I want you to get into 3-note pentatonic. And now you're not just playing random notes, like I've demonstrated to you earlier. You know what chords you're actually playing. You're playing chords when you're shredding. Think about it. Or you're playing parts of chords. Use this knowledge to your advantage. you will grow faster. The rest of it is just mechanical ability. Because when you learn these things, you go slow. Once again, F major. Now it's hardly that you're going to play like that, but it's a building block to get your mind. Because once you got your mind over matter, you're going to be better at it. I'm getting there slowly. That's a series of playing every minor third interval. With different alternative starting points on the alternative strings. I'm not concentrating now, but you know what to do. You can just go count it out. Every minor third interval you leave 2 spaces and then press. Nice and slowly. You do that at speed and it sounds awesome. With a lot more gain. Okay, so you know I don't like sitting and playing like this. So, and I'm tired. I've been playing for about 3 hours now. So, but I've given you what you need to know, because mind over matter. Mind. So repeat after me. Mind over matter. And go slow at first, even if it takes you a few weeks or a few months. But the slower you go and you get it accurate, and then when you're practicing it, you memorize where those intervals are, because I've shown you the simple way. And then you get to know the fretboard and you know the notes. Because this can also teach you the fretboard if you don't know it. So you put your finger down at A flat and you say, okay, Mike said A flat minor, so I'm going to A flat, and then I know the 7th fret is a B, and then and you do it like that, and then you make mental note of this. Not when you're playing with your friends, but when you're practicing. Good luck. I'll see you out there soon, eh?